Hey, Wemberg World Entertainment and Marvel have dropped the teaser trailer for Wonder Man, the TV series that's going to come out not in December as it originally was meant to come out. They've pushed it to January of 2026. Now, this goes ahead of the full trailer that's meant to drop either today, possibly tomorrow. It's meant to drop at the New York Comic Con. But we're going to have a look at this teaser trailer because the first question you have when you look at it is, what in the name of all that's holy is this meant to be? Talk about taking meta to the next level. Without further ado, let's take a look at this thing because this is just going to make people scratch their head and go, what the hell is this supposed to be? So here's the teaser for Wonder Man.
The entertainment world is stunned today when internationally celebrated and reclusive filmmaker Von Kovac sprung out of retirement to sign on for his first franchise film and remake of Wonder Man. Mr. Von Kovac, thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, thank you for that. And I know your question is, why one more superhero film, man? Everyone is tired of superheroes. Why go see them in the cinema? Wonder Man spoke to me on a deep level. There is an opportunity to shock audiences.
Holy shit.
To reimagine a whole genre of storytelling.
Have you given any thought about casting?
Well, there you go. Are you asking that same question of what the hell was that? Did talk about taking the whole thing to a meta level, and the fact that they're really kind of hitting on all the notes that we can clearly see today, which is the thing of, oh, there's so much superhero fatigue out there, there's so much, nobody wants it anymore, all this type of stuff. And I saw on FNT on Friday night, and they're probably hitting the nail on the head with this one, is that will the end goal of this series be to kind of wrap it all around to say, oh, if you don't like it, it's because you're toxic? Is that the angle they're going with? Pretty much kind of like what She-Hulk did, where they broke that fourth wall and went into the real world and kind of rewrote the whole story of what you were watching in She-Hulk as a big F you to the fans. That could very much be what they're leaning into in this. And are they pushing for this whole thing of trying to normalize race swapping? Because of course, what does this trailer do? Well, it shows us what the original Wonder Man is meant to actually look like. And now, of course, how do you pronounce his name? Is it Yahya Abdul Mateen II? I hope I said that right. He obviously will be Wonder Man in this show, but obviously that's a race swap. Is that going to be something they go meta with and say, oh, fans are going to get so enraged because we're race swapping this character? That looks like the angle this show is going towards. Now, we'll have to wait to see the full trailer. This is actually the second teaser. If you remember, they did drop, when they did their kind of highlight reel of upcoming things, they did have Wonder Man in there. And it was literally him, Abdul Mateen, walking into like an office or something and talking with two people. I can't quite remember the whole thing, but that was it. And you were like, what the hell was that? And it comes up Wonder Man. Same thing with this. You're looking at this trailer and you're like, what the hell is this? And what is the full trailer going to give us? Because so far we've been shown really nothing, and nothing that makes you go, ooh, this is a big must watch. What are they thinking with this? But like, well, part of this article that talks about this says the promo mostly highlights footage from the classic Wonder Man TV series with director Von Kovac, who you may recognize from James Gunn's Superman. Yeah, if you didn't know, he's, well, I suppose spoiler for Superman if you haven't seen it, but mind you, if you haven't seen it at this stage, you're probably not one of those people championing it, so screw it. He's the foreign president that's under Luther's thumb, that's kind of doing things to try and like cause chaos, that Hot Girl just straight up murders. Yeah, because that's the thing. So he was also in what do you call it, 2012. Remember that movie with John Cusack? He was the Russian billionaire something in it. So he's saying he's discussing his approach to a modern day reboot. When the interviewer asks if he has given any thought to casting, we cut to Simon Williams, aka Yahya Abdul Martin II, watching with great interest. And that right there is where you realise that's what they're trying to do this as. They're going to push it as this narrative of race swaps are fine and good, and it's only toxic racist fans who won't like it. So Marvel's head of TV and animation, Brad Winderbaum, I think is how it's said, he told EW this: "It's one of my favourite things I've ever been part of at the studio. I'll start there. It's very different than anything that the studio's produced in terms of how meta it is. Without getting into details, it is a show that takes place within the MCU, but it's a story about Hollywood. And it's a story about not just Hollywood. I would say it's a story about acting and the journey of an actor in Hollywood, of having to balance being an artist with making money and very grounded ideas that everyone who came up in Hollywood or in the arts in general can relate to. I certainly could on a very deep level." You hear that and you scratch your head again and go, what? What are you talking about? So this is meant to be an MCU superhero show, but it's about an actor who's navigating his way through Hollywood, which really has nothing to do with the MCU. It really is just this absolute head scratcher going like, what the hell is going on here? And as you can see where they're saying like he really needs to find his place and all this type of stuff and how meta we're going. I think it's funny as well, he's saying we've never gone this way with meta, when it's like you did watch She-Hulk by the end and you did watch Deadpool and Wolverine, right? You did do that, didn't you? Because talk about meta, and now they're doing the same with this thing. So you can clearly hear how he talks about it and the way they're approaching. It's very clear they're talking about race swapping and trying to normalize it, and that the fans who push back against it are toxic. That is clearly the direction they're trying to go with in this show. That is just at the moment like an absolute joke. This trailer is like, what are we watching? So if this is the trailer we're getting, the teaser trailer, to go along with that previous teaser trailer, which was just him standing in an office, that like you could have slapped any name on that thing and you wouldn't have known any different that it's meant to be a superhero show in the MCU. And of course we do get Ben Kingsley back in here as the Mandarin, but not the Mandarin. What was he called? Trevor. Was it Trevor? I think it was Trevor. Which was a massive kick in the teeth when that happened in Iron Man 3. But yeah, I can't wait to see the full trailer for this, because Jesus Christ, this thing looks like it's gonna be a colossal mess of a show if they can convince anyone to watch it. But let us know what you think of it anyway. Are you interested? Are you like me sitting here looking at them going, what the hell is this? And do you actually think it's going to be leaning into the whole toxic fan crap? Let us know what your take is on this. And with that, I shall leave it there for this one. So do like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Cheers, and I'll catch you in the next one.